Lesson 2.6, again, last lesson of this unit here. We're going to look at equations from the past two lessons and make a small shift. Let's look at the questions on the lessons that we did before and discuss the decisions that we make. So on this question, when we saw it, we were asked what values are with g. The values are 6 and negative 4, so you still need to answer that. The question then was what value needs to be moved first, which we figured out we need to move the negative 4 because it's weaker. And then the 6 next. The way we move the negative 4 is by, remember, if that's a minus 4, we add it. The way we move this 6 is by dividing. Then we were asked to do it, and so we would put plus 4, wrong pen, plus 4, plus 4. That would make the 4's go away. Brings down 6g with 24. We then had to move the 6 by dividing by 6, which then made g come down and 4 come down. On the second one that we saw so far this week, again, what values are with a are 8 and 3. The first value to move should be the 3 because it's being added, and the way we would move it is by subtracting it. The way we move this 8 because it's being divided is by multiplying. Again, those were all the questions that you were asked. And then you went to solve it. Again, we put minus 3 minus 3. You put a over 8 because that's the only thing left after that goes away, equals 1. We then get rid of this 8 because it's being divided by multiplying by 8. A comes down. 1 times 8 is 8. And that was what we did so far. So today you simply have to keep your focus and be sure to identify which side the variable's on. This is your work for the week, or for pretty much the last lesson for the day, which is the same. It's just a matter of making sure that when you go to say what values with r, you recognize that r is on the right, and 6 is the value we ignore, so 7 and negative 5 are with r. Negative 5 should go first. The way we move this is by addition. 7 is second. Because it's being divided, we're going to multiply, so now we execute that plan by adding 5 to both sides. 6 plus 5 makes 11, and again, you have to leave everything on the side it was on, so 11 equals r over 7. We then get rid of the 7 by multiplying by 7. 11 times 7 turns into 77, and r ends up over here where it's supposed to be. Again, in terms of your boxes, you've seen those before. Same number of boxes, the only difference is that the r ends up on the right instead of the left. And then again, the last one, what values are with y? That would be 9 and 1. The first value to move should be the 1 because it's being added and it's weaker. So we'll subtract 1. How do we get rid of this 9? Is by dividing, and then you execute what you just thought about. So subtract 1. 109 minus 1 is 108. And then 9y comes down and the 1 goes away. How do I get rid of this 9? I'm sorry, not multiply. Is that I divide by 9 on both sides. 108 divided by 9, 9 goes into 10 once with 1 left over, which would be 2. And that would be that. Again, if you're looking at your boxes, which you don't have to copy the boxes, but just to show you what your answers will look like as you work through it. So, be sure to ask for assistance on your work. This process here is a decision-based process. I know some people might be feeling like they don't get it. If you send me a question with your work on it, again, if you send me a picture with this, with all your answers, even if they're wrong, just show me what you think you're supposed to do. I can actually help you pretty well because I can see what you did. So don't be ashamed if you're struggling with this. Just understand, again, I can help you through it if you're willing to ask. Again, there is new and old material on your homework. Not a lot of old material, but again, just making sure you still got those one-step equations in there. And other than that, good luck. Again, make sure you're willing to ask if you have questions.